Our growing worldwide population is stressing food developers in two ways: more mouths to feed, and as farmland is converted to living space, less land to grow on. Pennington has been addressing these problems from its beginning in 1945. Through our in-house research facilities and in partnership with top research scientists around the world, Pennington is developing the products to meet these opposing needs. Basically, how to do more with less. At the Noble Foundation in Ardmore, Oklahoma, forage grass research scientist Dr. Joe Boughton is continuing his studies that led to the breakthrough development of several of these products, such as non-toxic Max-Q-friendly fescue, Olympia orchard grass, and Durana and Patriot white clover.
Sustainability is what you're looking for, and it's probably even really more critical in the forage and pasture area.
While Kentucky 31 fescue has high persistence, it also contains an endophyte that slows weight gain and causes reproductive and other animal health problems. Dr. Boughton and his team found a solution.
What we did was find the right combinations of the endophyte that were not toxic with the base grass, and that combination is what we've developed that became Max-Q. So we got all the good things of the grass, but we removed the toxicity, and when we did, what we found was the performance of those animals just went way up. We doubled the weight gain.
The second problem was the need to develop a sustainable forage system, providing higher profits with lower inputs.
By adding a clover, especially a long-lived perennial like white clover, we knew that we would be able to grow those two grasses, those main grasses, with less nitrogen fertilizer and less feed, and also maybe even extend the seasonal distribution of those grasses.
The combination of these varieties is proving to be a potent solution, giving farmers and ranchers the opportunity to double production on their existing land. In Carlisle, Illinois, Dan Podest is putting this principle to work on his dairy farm. His need to produce more with less led him to Pennington's Max-Q and Durana clover.
Max-Q has given me the most bang for my buck. It grows when I've got water. It persists when I don't have water. The reason we started interseeding clover in the Max-Q was twofold. The clover will fixate nitrogen to feed the grass. The other one was legumes do make milk.
The bottom line for Dan Podest is doing more with less work in the process.
Pennington has helped me be more profitable by keeping me informed of the latest technology, making that technology available to me, and making sure that I'm taken care of.
Dan isn't the only Max-Q convert in his area. His neighbors Terry and Elmer Beckerer have a small sheep farm where they started testing Max-Q over 7 years ago. Today, the Beckerers are converting their entire operation to Max-Q.
The condition of our ewes is what I went by. When they were on Kentucky 31, they would go out there and they would eat enough to survive, is what I would say. So the ewes lost body condition. Once we went to the Max-Q, they don't refuse to feed, so they eat more and they maintain their body condition. And I have good conception rates, and I have really high multiple births. That leads to my profitability.
For the Beckerers, doing more with less goes beyond just pure financial considerations. Max-Q also has a direct effect on their quality of life.
Once you get set up, it's so easy. Our winter feeding, whenever we move a 2-strand temporary electric fence, I can move a fence in 15 minutes and I can feed the sheep for the next 3 days. And I don't have to do anything else. And the sheep are better and they're doing what they're meant to do. They're out there harvesting it themselves. I'm not working, they're working.
While fescue toxicosis can slow weight gain in cattle and sheep, it can be deadly to horses, leading to reproductive problems that are a danger to both the foal and the mare. Dr. Peter Ryan at Mississippi State University knows. He's been studying the problem for over 20 years.
The consequences of grazing the wild-type endophyte fescue can be very severe depending on the level of infestation in your pasture. We had a number of incidences consistent with the syndrome, such as prolonged gestation. More often than not, retained placenta is most common of the side effects, along with agalactia. And in some cases, we had stillbirths in one incidences that also compromised the well-being of the mare, leading to euthanasia.
In 2000, Dr. Ryan and Mississippi State partnered with Pennington to test the effectiveness of Max-Q on pregnant mares. After almost 10 years of study, The results are in.
At this time in our research in evaluating the Max-Q for Pennington seed, we have determined that this is indeed a safe forage for the grazing of pregnant mares. We've never experienced a loss of a mare or foal or had experienced any serious presentation complications associated with delivery while grazing mares on Max-Q.
This partnership between Pennington, Dr. Ryan, and Mississippi State has paid dividends for everyone involved, especially the end user.
Pennington Seed has been involved with collaborative endeavors at Mississippi State for quite some time. They want to be in the business of marketing forage cultivars that will meet the needs of the producers. But they also are good agricultural citizens in the sense that they also want to provide producers with products that are safe and beneficial to the animal.
Pennington believes that doing more with less is the key for a sustainable agricultural industry. We're bringing the products to market designed to help producers meet the challenge of our changing world.
My opinion seems to matter to Pennington, and that's important to me. That's why I do business with them.
At the end of the day, I was cheaper grazing their product than I was somebody else's. Even though theirs cost more to start, it was money well spent.
Pennington, come grow with us.